Lakewood means rewind, a gunshot means forward. You requested it, so we rewind.
A play, man, and that's what he does. He puts his body on the line, and he's a grinder, man. He's a dog, and there's not many quarterbacks like him, and I'll follow him anywhere. And I'm not much of a fighter, but I'll follow him into a bar fight any day.
But my hands are registered as lethal weapons. That means we get into a fight, I accidentally kill you, I go to jail.
Anybody accidentally kills anybody in a fight, they go to jail. It's called manslaughter.
The parade comes to town. Going down Broadway is a one-way street. Whichever way I go.
John Moxley. I accept.
Do you like apples?
Yeah.
Well, I got a number. How do you like them apples?
Existence is pain to a meeseeks, Jerry, and we will do anything to alleviate that pain. Just ask. What's your name, ma'am?
Mr. Dynamite, the amazing Mr. Please Please himself. He starred the show James Brown and the Famous Flame.
Ladies and gentlemen, children of all ages, boys and girls, hello and welcome to A Little Skeptical. I'm your host, James Brown. And today, we start with Facebook. In particular, Instagram, because of an interesting decision that the folks at Instagram have made. The folks at Instagram say they want to depressurize, whatever that means, Instagram's experience. And how do they want to depressurize the experience of Instagram? They're getting rid of likes. Adam Mosseri, the head of Instagram, described the possibility to CBS This Morning a few months back.
We're experimenting with making likes private.
Why?
We think that, well, we want people to feel good about the experience that they have on Instagram. We want people to focus their energy on connecting with the people that they care about, on being inspired by fashion, food, travel, whatever it might be that inspires them. And likes are great. They're a lightweight form of feedback, but they can make the experience feel a bit tense. They can pressurize Instagram, and we want to depressurize it. And our hope is that people will feel a bit more comfortable on the platform and be able to focus a bit more of their energy on connecting with the people and the things that they love.
Adam, people live for the likes.
Yes.
We talked to a group of teenagers the other day, and when we mentioned that was a possibility, I don't want to say they freaked out, but they freaked out.
Yes,
they said, I don't know if I want to use it anymore. The whole reason that we do it is because the likes make me feel better about myself, or the likes are important in my life. Are you worried or concerned that will hurt your platform, taking away the likes?
A little.
Isn't part of the fun looking at the likes?
Well, you can still like in this current test. You just can't see the number of likes unless it's your own post.
We want you to see that I got X amount of likes on whatever it is I posted.
We will do things that mean people use Instagram less if we think that they keep people safe or generally create a healthier environment. And I think we have to be willing to do that.
Even though it could affect your bottom line.
100%. Will we do this one? It depends. We'll see if it works or not. But I'm really passionate about us being open to those types of changes.
What led you to that particular change? Because that's a big change.
It came out of the team. We've been focused on well-being broadly, like I said. It's our number one priority. We're people, too. We go home, we read the newspaper, we read news online, we get the criticism. And so the team that works on likes and comments was thinking, okay, how do I take some of those values, this focus on well-being, this focus on the nuance of people's experiences, and apply that to my day job. And so they just came up with this, and they said, hey, what do you think about this idea? And we were excited. We said, that sounds right. I can't believe we never thought of that before. And so we...
You liked it right away when you heard it?
Yeah, it was audacious.
It was, yes, audacious. I love that word.
Yeah,
Yes.
which is great. We should be thinking big. We need to evolve forward. The world is changing, and it's changing fast.
Mm-hmm.
What was great 5 years ago might not be great today. Maybe what was healthy 5 years ago isn't healthy today.
Mm-hmm.
We need to be willing to, as long as we stay true to our values and are careful about our responsibility, evolve as things evolve. So
Mm-hmm.
I was excited about it.
Mm-hmm. Nobody had to convince you?
I mean, no. I mean, they told me, and I said, great. Like I said, hopefully decisions come bottom up. Before we launch, I'll probably be involved, but right now, I hope they run with it.
Mosseri claims that his plan is all about mental health, in particular the mental health of young Instagram movers, is pretty unproven. And at best, it seems pretty dubious. Given that Instagram is a product of Facebook, I think we have to be skeptical about how any move that company makes is seen, especially when they're going out of their way to get the public to believe that they're being altruistic. In fact, I think that removing likes from Instagram is closer to extortion than altruism. There's a growing influence of Facebook on Instagram, in particular Mark Zuckerberg's direct influence on Instagram and other acquired companies like WhatsApp. The co-founders of Instagram have pretty much left the company. The co-founders of Instagram have left the company. Kevin Systrom and Mike Krieger left last year. Systrom and Krieger founded Instagram in 2010. They sold it a couple years later for about $1 billion. They left last September 2018. All reports say that there were tensions about how Systrom wanted to run Instagram and how Facebook wanted Instagram to be run.
What's the sense of working with Facebook? We know they've paid billions of dollars for WhatsApp, Instagram. You know, what is the sense of other companies when you get bought out by Facebook? Do they not want to work with Facebook? What's their sense in the tech world?
Well, it certainly makes it easier to leave your job once you've made billions of dollars.
Totally.
You've got certain flexibility, so can't fault them for that.
Yeah.
Also, you know, Facebook is kind of getting blamed in all of these stories, and oh my God, Zuckerberg meddling with Instagram. But on the other hand, Facebook turned Instagram into a business, right? When Facebook bought Instagram, Instagram was a product, right? They had no advertising, they had no revenue. Facebook strapped their entire back end and all their infrastructure onto Instagram and made it an incredibly profitable thing. So Facebook did a lot for Instagram, and Instagram knows that. On the other hand, you know, the people who ran Instagram were kind of artists. People who run Facebook are kind of capitalists, and you get some clashes when those people get together.
And in the months since, Systrom has virtually deactivated his Instagram. He is so pissed off, my words, not his, with the way Facebook has decided to approach Instagram that Systrom, one of the founders of the company, no longer participates in the company. And he's not the only one. WhatsApp's co-founder, Brian Acton, walked out of Facebook last year. He left behind nearly $800 million and walked away because he did not like what Facebook had in mind for his product.
WhatsApp co-founder Jan Koum is reportedly leaving Facebook. The billionaire who sold WhatsApp for $19 billion has clashed with Facebook over its plans to use personal data from the world's biggest messaging app and to weaken its encryption, according to the Washington Post. It's been almost a decade since Brian Acton and I started WhatsApp, and it's been an amazing journey with some of the best people, Koum said in his Facebook post. But it's time for me to move on. Co-founder Brian Acton, who resigned in November, has also become a Facebook critic. WhatsApp boasts more than 1.2 billion users worldwide.
Zuckerberg's acolytes are running the show. Mosseri joined Facebook. Remember, they own Instagram. As a product designer around 2008, he quickly rose up the ranks and he oversaw the news feed section. If you log into Facebook, the first thing you see generally is the news feed. It's where most ads are serviced. It is the center column on desktops. It makes up virtually everything on the app version of Facebook. It is essentially Facebook. It is the center pillar of Facebook. And Mosseri ran that. And he ran it so well, according to Zuckerberg, that he got promoted. He was vice president of product for Facebook before taking a high-level position within Instagram. From the moment he entered the world of Instagram, it seemed, at least to most observers, that the days that Instagram's leadership would remain the same were numbered. And since Mosseri joined Instagram, one thing was very clear, that Instagram and Facebook were essentially emerging. For those of you who don't follow this, Facebook is quickly, and I mean quickly, losing younger users.
According to new data from the research company eMarketer, Facebook usage among 12 to 17-year-olds will actually decline this year by 3.4%. Researchers say teens and tweens are logging in less frequently and spending less time on the platform. Part of the reason?
Well, it finally happened. Your mom is on Facebook.
The perception that the social media giant has been taken over by parents. The study even refers to so-called Facebook nevers, kids who are skipping the social network altogether.
It's too public. I have social media, but my accounts are always private, and I feel like I can accept who I want, and Facebook, anyone can see my page.
An annual internet survey by Maggot Associates found Facebook use among teens dropped 6% last year.
By far the largest decrease we saw of any group using Facebook currently.
Social media experts say the fact that moms and dads and grandparents are now on Facebook makes teens less willing to share thoughts and photos on the site.
Facebook is more a utility now, like your electric bill. It's something that you have to have.
If you're under 40, especially under 40 in America, you're not going to use Facebook. Not as much as those over 40. Facebook's fastest growing demo is over 40. Instagram remains strong with those under 40, but above 20. So how does a massive social network like Facebook decide to grow, to continue to tell its growth story?
I'm just curious, though, what do you think this means for the future of Instagram in general?
I think Instagram becomes more and more like Facebook. I think more of Facebook's ad products get put into Instagram. I think that you see all the things that are built for it. Instead of, for 6 years, they've kind of run as two separate companies. Well, it will all be tested. It will all be studied. And Facebook usually gets these things mostly right. It is, I mean, look, one of the things that I'm curious, and I haven't seen any reporting on this, and I haven't talked to anybody about Instagram. This all broke too soon. Instagram just launched a shopping, right, a shopping vertical, which seems so counter to what Systrom and Krieger really wanted Instagram to be for. That seems like a Facebook idea. And I wonder if you're going to have more Facebook business things, Facebook stuff put on side of Instagram. Remember, Facebook is like super cluttered, all kinds of millions of things going on, all of which are being tested all the time. Instagram has been always very pure. So I would imagine Instagram will have a lot more business going on, and we'll just have a lot more stuff happening. And back to your original question, which is an excellent one. Is that what users want? I don't know, but I'm pretty sure that Facebook will run every test in the world to make sure they're not alienating people.
You merge features between Instagram and Facebook, in particularly the story function. You can now connect your Facebook and your Instagram. So if you create a story on Instagram, it now appears on Facebook and vice versa. Now, I'm not saying that this is entirely wrong-headed or poor thought. What I'm saying is that what we're seeing with Instagram is that it is being terraformed into Facebook. So when I hear something like we're taking away likes for your own good, I'm skeptical about it. That's not just the name of the show, that's my point of view. So in recent years, older audience have migrated to Facebook. As it gets more ubiquitous, your mom, your grandma, your older relatives have found their way onto the platform. And they interact with it passively in most cases. In the news feed in particular, Masari's baby for a few years, is how most passive users interact with Facebook. In fact, the news feed makes the majority of decisions that you see on Facebook based on its algorithm.
The Facebook newsfeed is a digest of all activity happening across the site. The newsfeed premiered on September 5th, 2006. To the confusion of most Facebook users who immediately hated it. As Facebook grew to include more types of content and opened its doors to users outside of colleges, the site needed to turn to a more mathematical solution for how it curated your newsfeed. This led to the introduction of EdgeRank, an algorithm that dictated what stories you saw on your newsfeed. EdgeRank's formula took three things into consideration: affinity, your relationship to the poster; weight, how many likes, comments, and shares the post has; and decay, how old the post is. The Facebook we know today continues to take these three elements into consideration, along with about, 100,000 others. As Facebook grew and grew, so did their algorithm. So now, for instance, knowing that I've liked the Game of Thrones fan page, Facebook might notice that my close friend has liked this Game of Thrones meme on a mutual friend's wall. And knowing I've liked memes in the past will present it to me in my newsfeed, along with a few ads for Game of Thrones merchandise. So with this more comprehensive algorithm, Facebook isn't showing me what it thinks I'll like, it's showing me what it knows I'll like. Many people worry that this can actually be detrimental to us, creating a sort of echo chamber of like-minded opinions and ideas. Facebook, however, argues that users have more control than they think, and this echo chamber can be controlled with some tweaks to the newsfeed settings. The newsfeed will continue to grow as Facebook's data scientists continue to research our behavior on the site, sometimes ethically, sometimes not so much. Facebook recently revealed a See First feature which pushes content the user likes to the top of their feeds, and soon the like button will be getting an upgrade with reactions, giving users more empathetic options for how to react to a post, including love, yay, sad, and angry. The newsfeed algorithm is rapidly evolving, and as Facebook explores native video, instant articles, and new forms of advertising, you can expect your newsfeed to show you even more disconcertingly accurate content.
It reacts to your actions, and whatever advertiser wants to interact with someone like you. In fact, over the last few years, well, arguably the whole lifespan of advertisers on Facebook, the newsfeed has made it harder to grow and attract audiences organically. Essentially, if you own a shop and you are not a fad or you're not popular, if you want to grow your shop's Facebook page, essentially the newsfeed asphyxiates you. It bullies you. It does. It forces you into buying Facebook ads for visibility.
Are you concerned about Facebook organic reach? Well, quite frankly, you should be. And in this video, we're going to be talking about the fact that I believe is going to get worse. Are you ready for this? Because I'm not.
You may have heard that Facebook has once again made changes to its algorithm. The social media giant has picked up on the fact that Facebook users are becoming less engaged with the platform since the news feeds have become overcrowded with posts from Facebook business pages trying to grab users' attention. What does it mean for your business? Simple. Less of your followers will see your post. Way less.
honestly, when I hear the removal of likes on Instagram, to me, it screams a similar move. Largely because of its effect on small accounts. Social media is a competitive sport. It's about showing off. It's about showing your size, your strengths. It's about attracting attention and showing off that attention. The fact that a place like Instagram, which is born and bred on attention, that a growing amount of accounts will not be able to show off that attention, will dull the effect. In fact, keeping follower accounts is another interesting nugget in all this. Meaning, if I have 1,000 followers and I'm already on Instagram, you can see that, but you can't see the interactions on the platform with my posts. Think about that. You can see how large my account is, but you can't see whether people are interacting with my account. For me, that screams putting your foot on the scale. That screams essentially rigging the game for larger accounts. In fact, one of the rationales that people have for buying fake likes and shares and followers is that it makes it easier to acquire new users. Think about it. If you're walking by a cafe, right? You're walking down the street and there's a cafe down the street. You look inside the cafe, it's broad daylight, nobody's in there. You just walk by and you're like, that looks interesting, but nobody's in there. You're gonna wonder, why is nobody in there? Why is no one interacting with this place that looks nice? You ever wonder that? Why aren't there people on this street? It feels weird. It feels lonely. Why aren't people using this park? It seems odd. Sometimes pleasant, but sometimes odd. If we see people interacting with each other, eating good food or sipping coffee or sitting and staring at laptops and phones and just enjoying themselves at that cafe, FOMO kicks in. Fear of missing out. And whether it's today or tomorrow or next week or next month, odds are when you have the time, you're going to step into that cafe because you're going to remember that, hey, I saw all these people there. They were interacting. They looked like they were having a good time. I now have some time. Maybe I'll have a good time in there too. So they step in. And social media accounts operate on the same theory. Removing all this data, focusing on the size of the accounts following instead, will likely have a chilling effect, that is, on smaller accounts. If your account isn't already a brand name, and the only thing someone sees as they pass is your posts in the size of your account, one will be less likely to interact with your account, to follow your account, and your account will not grow as fast. In fact, I think that this could also have a large effect on how individual users interact with brand companies that are trying to sell a thing through influencers. If I'm an influencer and I can show that I have 100 or 1,000 or 10,000 likes on each post, I could sell my own personally branded posts to X brand. Now, if the brand can't see those likes, they can't see that interaction, why would the brand pay me $500, $5,000? I've heard as high as $50,000 for a Facebook post, not a Facebook post, but an Instagram post. If I can't see the interaction, they're not. They're going to be less likely. And one of the biggest excuses I've heard in that scenario is that people will be able to turn over their own analytics. Well, people lie. You know, Dr. House, everybody lies. So if I'm with a company and someone turns over analytics and I didn't take the screenshot and I'm seeing someone else's data, I'm going to be less likely to trust it. That's another move that forces brands who are increasingly working with influencers on these accounts back to working directly with Facebook in Facebook's ad program on Instagram.
There's a little controversy this week that Instagram's going to take the likes away from viewing.
Yeah, I heard about that. Yeah,
it's going to take the likes away
from public viewing.
To minimize
you
models.
Can't see how many likes you got for a post.
Can you see how many views?
You can see it all, but I can't see how many likes you got. So if you put up a picture and your picture got 40,000 likes, I can never see that.
Wow. So they can still make their money off it, but everyone else won't get into a contest of like...
Speculation is that it's going to drive advertising dollars into giving money directly to Instagram instead of people being able to advertise on their own.
Oh, those fucks. Those fucks.
I don't know if that's really what it is.
But if you were an Instagram, right, and you had people making shit tons of money off your platform just by posting things, hey, this is my new butt cream or whatever the fuck you're selling, and they don't even get a piece of that. They got to be like, hey, what are we doing? We're spending $1 million a month in fucking bandwidth, probably way more than that, actually. And you way more than that. They have videos and shit, too. You could upload videos. It's got to be millions in bandwidth for every month. And they're not getting none of that? I get it.
It's yet another move that feels bullying. It feels like it is shoving the users in the direction that Facebook wants it to go. After all that, I'll give Facebook the benefit of the doubt. Perhaps depressurizing the Instagram experience for young people will stymie depression, stymie anxiety, like they say it will. But in the ways I've already described, removing likes will increase pressure on the rest of us, over those who use your platform as a business. To me, this feels like a problem reaction solution model. You cause a problem, you wait for a reaction, and you offer a solution. Their actions will slow account growth. Accounts will panic and they'll look for solutions. On that note, I'm James Brown and I good you bid night. This has been A Little Skeptical. Thanks for listening. You can find me anywhere on social media at James Brown TV. You can find back episodes everywhere that podcasts are found. Also at alittleskeptical.com. You can also message me on the website or leave me a voicemail. Those might be used in future episodes. Thanks for listening.